my dear Libras. This is a love reading, a prediction for the month of November with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. This reading is dedicated to Sharon that made a donation for Libra. Thank you so much, Sharon. You are greatly appreciated. And this will be a love reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this is you, it might as well be the person or the situation you are dealing with. So use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you. And if you need more information or help after you have listened to this reading, you can turn to the love and spirituality readings for Scorpio season that is already up. You can also check out the bonus readings, pick a card readings, and near personal readings on the first page of my channel. Click the headline of each playlist to see all the videos that the playlist contains. And I'll start shuffling your cards, and I use the Golden Universal Tarot with Roberto De Angelis. Okay. When I open your deck here, I see Two of Swords in reversed together with the Tower. So it seems like you're trying to avoid some disrupting emotions or trying to keep the world from falling apart here, Libras. Two of Swords in reverse. Two of Swords is actually Libra. And when it comes in reverse, it shows avoidance or not wanting to deal or things falling apart even though we're trying to avoid it. Okay. I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we see the Knight, the King of Pentacles with the Two of Swords in the reversed. So it might be that someone is trying to avoid you. I'm going to take a Wisdom of the House of Knight Oracle. Self-worth. So no self-worth, I guess, with the card coming in reversed. I will read this card for you. When you draw this symbol, you're asked to consider what value do you place on yourself in your life. Do you believe in yourself or do you behave in ways that tell others you are not worthy? All my children act with self-respect no matter the circumstances they come from. Self-worth and self-esteem mean that you will not allow yourself to be led into compromising situations. Love yourself, for I next love you dearly and want the best for you. Act as though you are worthy of only the best and you shall have it. Keep your head high. I think this is something that you already do, but it's also important to not avoid how the situation is anyway making you feel. You can't really just swoop it underneath the carpet, then it won't be dealt with. So we can act as we have great self-esteem, but we can deep down inside feel like we have no self-worth. So I'm thinking you need to look a little bit deeper to help you heal on all levels. Okay, not just the surface level. So the Tower here might be a help if you're feeling that your walls are crumbling down, or your the ways that you're trying to keep your own dignity is crumbling down. See it as a help to heal also the other levels of your self-esteem and self-worth, not only the top level. You might also be dealing with a person that is trying to avoid getting this kind of epiphanies, and they don't want to be touched, they don't want to be poked on, they don't want to be reminded of things that hurts, so that it's avoidant behavior. I called it for archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we have a Page of Swords with the Two of Swords. So we have one person trying to tell the truth here, or point out the things how they really are, and one person is trying to not do that. Okay, so you're on one side or the other. It's up to you to decide where you are at. Usually we have this side here will be the feminine side, this will be the masculine side. It doesn't mean that we will have only males here and only females here. It means that the person that expressed themselves from a feminine point of view will be here. The person that expressed themselves from a masculine point of view will be here. And so we can see on this side that this person, the masculine side, is probably avoiding, and the feminine side is trying to point out the problem and discuss it. So, okay. I call the 6 elements. And here we have temperance in reverse with the 2 of swords. So someone might also deny attraction because we don't want to be dragged into a tower situation where our wall falls down. And so even if we feel attraction to someone, we're not going to admit to it or allow anything to bloom out of that, because we know that this will spark our spiritual growth, and thereby also our fears. It will trigger our fears, our pain, things we don't want to handle. So 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Libra viewers. I want my dear Libras to have love in their life and to find themselves in loving relationships. Also want you to have creative success and be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, I will just tune in for a few seconds here to you and your situation in November, Libra. This is the new bottom of the deck, and we have a Knight of Wands in the reversed. I'm feeling there's a person in this situation that doesn't want to evolve spiritually, so they want to avoid troubles and conflicts, or maybe to sort out a certain issue. They're trying to say, no, I don't want to sort out this issue. Probably waiting for something to solve itself, or to something else to present itself, so they can continue with this avoidance here. And it can be very frustrating for you if you are on the other end and you're trying to come across to a person, or talk and solve, and they no. So it can feel a lot like a lack of love when a person doesn't want to sort out the issues. And we can also see this in the 2 of Cups card here in the reversed. So not equally, people are not putting in equal effort into this relationship. Because if you are the one that wants to solve it, you are the one that cares for the relationship, the one that says, I don't want to solve it, I don't want to fix the issue. If you have an issue, fix it yourself. That person isn't particularly showing very much love in this situation. This is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind. And this is the situation with said person. And this is what's on their mind about you. This is your feelings towards them, the bond between you two. And this is their feelings towards you. Here we have your behaviors and attitudes towards them, the outcome for November, and their behaviors and attitudes towards you. We start with the situation, and we have a 2 of Wands. It goes very well with the 2 of Swords that we saw in the reversed. You might be dealing with a fire sign or another air sign. The 2 of Wands in the reverse is someone not really letting you in at all, and almost keeping you hanging a little bit. But not sacrificing themselves in any way or means. It means that the person is also themselves a little bit indecisive and don't know where to go with this, or how to choose, or how to act. So they're also lost, probably because of what we have seen before with this self-worth. When sometimes a person thinks that they need to be perfect, and if someone points out that we have a problem here, we need to solve it, that means that they are not perfect. It means that they have a flaw. They don't want to look at their flaws, because if they're not perfect, they're not worthy of love. So it becomes like a self-feeding cycle, where the person will get more feedback that they are not worthy of love, because the other person will not wants to engage with a person that doesn't want to solve the issue. They will walk away. So that will enhance this person's feelings of lack of self-worth, and they will let even fewer people closer to their heart and and feed the cycle. So it's a vicious cycle. And here we have what's on your mind, about the person most on your mind. And we have the judgment here in the reverse. So you think that they have a flawed judgment. They are not able to see how things could be solved in a much more adult and healthy kind of way. And so you are judging them for not having a good judgment, basically. And it's what I see too. Here you are feeling a hopelessness with this person, not seeing the illogic of behaving like this in this situation and throwing away something valuable just for the sake of being childish or rebelling or being immature and not wanting to deal with a certain issue because of the emotions that this brings up for that person. Like the old things that have been buried is being brought up. And it makes you sad, probably. We will see a little bit more later on the emotional level. This is what's on their mind about you. And we have the Hierophant here. It can sometimes come up with a know-it-all, like a person that knows better and always have the answer and, turning everyone else into a black sheep. So I'm thinking they have the uttermost respect for you. They think that you know a lot of things and that you have kind of control of your life and yourself, that you have grown to a certain point, but they also think that you are a little bit of a know-it-all, and they don't want to give you the right to criticize them or to poke on their wounds or to treat them like peasants. So for them it is in this dynamic as if you were trying to make yourself their parent and judging them for not acting in certain kind of ways, and they don't want to be judged like that, and they don't want you to be their parent. They want to do whatever the heck they want. So I'm feeling a little bit rebellion from this person. I'll take another oracle card to clarify here. Groove. 21. So the cats usually have great self-esteem, but they can also be very skittish and jumpy, like adrenaline cats. I, Nyx, the goddess of night, invite you to my groove to heal your wounds and mend your heart. Now is the time to apologize to anyone you have harmed, make your friendship whole again, and choose healing over anger and pain. Choosing my beautiful groove is a powerful sign that you are at a wondrous and strong time in your life. Show compassion and kindness to others. No one is perfect, yet imperfection is perfect as it is. So it says that they don't need to be perfect. They don't have to be without flaws. The only thing you are asking of them really is to be able to work on their issues. The issues that you have, the issues that they have. Doesn't mean that there's anyone's fault here. It just means that you want to find better ways to cooperate with this person. And it seems like the divine is agreeing with you fully here. Yes, if you are hurting, know that it will pass and that I watch over you. If someone you love is hurting, take this time to be there for this person. The sacred groove heals all aches and pains, especially a heart that has been wounded. So we'll see if they can, if we will see more with this reading, if they can live up to this. So far it seems like they are refusing, but hope is the last thing that gives in. This is the bond between you two, and we have the devil. So I'm feeling that it's this thing with sin and not being good enough that has been imprinted in humanity. We have been programmed to have a bad self-worth, to not feel dignified. Jesus carried our sins, and we have been sinful since the day we were born, accordingly to Christianity. Humans will always deteriorate to something awful, is also what we have been preached in the Western countries, but also other religions have this paradigm of shame. It's easy to control people that are full of shame. They will not have very healthy lives, and they will be like these hungry ghosts that need more of different things to kind of suit their pain. So it's if you want people to be slaves, it's great to make them feel lousy about themselves. And this is also what's sabotaging the dynamics between you and your person, because they feel like they are not worthy. They feel like they already were screwed up from the day they were born. They were never wanted. They were never needed. Everything they do is wrong. So there's a little bit a story here with a king that had a garden, and he planted the most beautiful plants in this garden, all from oak trees to cypresses to roses, dahlias, all these wonderful different things that made this garden into a paradise. But when he has made this garden happen and he went back the very next day to enjoy his beautiful paradise, he saw that none of the plants were really happy. The oak was complaining it wasn't as tall as the cypress tree. The cypress was complaining because it didn't smell as the rose. The rose was complaining because it wasn't wise and broad like the oak. And the king was really puzzled with this. Why did all these plants have such a bad self-worth, and why did they try to be someone that they were not instead of enjoying who they were? But then he came across a little dahlia growing in the side of the road in a very humble place, and it was glowing with its own magnificence. And the king was asking, okay, so dahlia, what's your secret? And the dahlia said, well, my king, if I guess that if you planted me here, me is exactly who you wanted. And this is what I think goes for humans too. You wouldn't be born in the way you were if you weren't supposed to be like who you are. You are one of God's children. You are a spark of the divine. And this is unnecessary, okay? But it's what's screwing up this relationship right now, because people are very reactive, feel like they are judged. Particularly, I think this person is feeling like they are judged. And so they go into defense mood because they don't want to feel the hurt of not being worthy, of being in the wrong place, in the wrong time, being born unnecessary into just pain. And this is the realization that this person is trying to avoid. But first we usually need to come to this realization and kick and scream, and then decide, no, this is illogic, of course I am loved. And then we can start like on a new square, or from square one. So this is your feelings towards this person, and you have a sense of perfection that this person is your person. You feel like you're soulmates, that you're very well connected. 15, 1 plus 5 is connected to the Lover's card. And this is for soulmates and being on the highest path towards your highest destiny. So you definitely feel like you have lived together with this person before, and it's such a small thing that needs to happen for this person to be able to be happy together with you, and you to be happy with each other. And we also have 2021, which shows that you feel that it's this one little thing, this one little hiccup that makes this all fall crumbling apart. And the other person might be thrown into drinking or addictive behaviors like gambling or other things to keep them preoccupied from the realization that they feel a lack of self-worth, and that there's something wrong with them. And this is their feelings towards you. And we have the 6 of Pentacles, which goes well with this high priest, which shows that this person feels dignified, feels like this. Here's the preacher saying that you are unworthy, I'm the only one worthy, I'm speaking with God, you, the other peasants here, you have done something wrong, so you have done something wrong, you will be punished by hell if you don't follow my instructions. So it has been dodged into people for at least like 1,000 years, and it's hard to get rid of. And this person is accusing you for being this know-it-all that tells them that they are bad and they are the black sheep, they should change, they should be someone else, they should jump higher, look nicer, talk nicer, show love in better ways, or whatever it is that they might be feeling that they are lacking. but it's still 6. So it means that probably that they love you, but it also means that they feel almost addicted also to the relationship and not really feeling this gracious touch of eternal love. It's more that, why the hell am I in love with this person? They don't even love me for the person I am. They want to change me into someone else. Okay. So wants to take Lover's Oracle for your feelings towards them. Oops. First we have this. It's the tree, and I'm feeling like this is a tree as well, like all branches with all different lives that you have lived together. I know it doesn't seem like a tree, but for me it's a tree. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow, you will be surprised where it leads. So you really want this person to change and behave in better ways. Maybe just let go, and they are who they are. If you can't stand being with them in the way they are, maybe it would be grace to let them go, because you are hurting them with wanting them to change or be something else. They have already heard that their whole life. It's probably they have you have the best of grounds, because when they are feeling like this, they are probably also behaving like this, and it's not making anyone happy. It's not helping though with criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. I don't know if it can magically transform, but if you could love this person maybe a little bit on a distance and let them destroy their own life in the way they may, that would make this easier for you. And you can't change another person. It's not possible. We'll also take their feelings, and we have this little angel here with a little bit sad angel maybe. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. This person is clearly in a place where they need to heal their own self-worth, and so you can't love another person if you can't love yourself. This person can't be there for you right now, because they have this chaos inside themselves where they feel like even heaven hates them or despises them and punishes them, and they need to come this full circle to understand that this is not the case, maybe as you have done here, and they need to do so maybe in privacy of their own tears in their own chamber, is how I feel about this. Okay, this is your behaviors and attitudes. We have the Four of Swords in the reversed. So I feel that you're impatiently waiting for them to buckle up, or to man or woman up and behave in more adult ways. So life for you and this relationship doesn't have to be on pause anymore. There's nothing you can do, and you probably realize this at this point, and you feel a certain anxiety or restlessness with from your point of view. It's so easy to solve because you see exactly from above to 2021 that this is what needs to be done. And they have listened to you. They know what you're saying, but they are not able to take this in at the moment, because they're just taking it as them being unworthy and you are criticizing them. And therefore, there's this opposition that make them feel like you are not on their side, you can't understand them, you're just like everyone else, wants to change them into something that they're not. This is their behaviors and attitudes. So we can see that you're much on the same place, like really being tormented by this, and it's to no fault of your own. With the World card and the High Priest here, it's ancestral things, it's cultural things that have been placed upon you, things that you ancestors couldn't solve. That's the pain of and the burden that you carry now, and are asked to solve things that neither of the previous generations was able to solve. So it's not easy, but it will be easy the moment that we start to accept ourselves and one another, and when we come full terms with self-love and a self-acceptance, we will align with ourselves instead of being split like this. I should be like that, but this is who I am, and everyone hates me. That's an awful way of growing. So when we decide I'm good in the way I am, and the other people that think different, they can go and do something with themselves. Okay, and that is, anger is a higher vibration than depression. So the person has a long road to go. They need to be depressed, then become angry, then become full of self-respect, learn to align with themselves, become really grown-up people that will feel this gracious love for everyone. And it's not done like this, so it will take time. This is the outcome for November only, and we have the Tower. I feel that you will be split apart by this, because you have the demands on how you want them to act. You don't want to be abused or manhandled or woman-handled. You don't want to be shown disrespect, or maybe this person is also projecting a lot of their crap onto you, and you don't like it. And they don't like to be feeling like this as the person that's always the screw-up. So if they are going to be the screw-up, they can at least screw up like royally. If we can't be loved, at least we want to be respected. If we can't be respected, at least we want to be feared or hated. And the person is in that kind of mood. So I'm going to take from Romance Angels Oracle to see where this relationship is going. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others, as this person can't be for you, be there for you right now, and you don't really have you probably would want to be there for this person, but it's impossible because they are basically not letting you. Both of you need to turn to respective friends and family, and if this is a friendship relationship, turn to another friend that can help you through this. If this is a family relationship, turn to another friend or family member or your partner. If it's a partner, again, family, friends, to find a way to at least be okay with what's happening, being able to let go of this situation for right now, so that everyone is able to heal and kind of settle a little bit and not be so reactive in this situation. I'm going to take a card for what this person wants out of this relationship. Word waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. I don't want you to wait for anyone, and particularly someone that has these deep issues with their self-esteem, because they usually live very destructive lives. But this person soul obviously wants you to wait for them, and it's kind of up to you if you would do that or not. It's not something that heaven dictates. But for right now, I'm thinking there's a separation happening between you two, and I will take an advice card for you how to deal with this. Breathe and let your friends help you. The breath is a vital bridge between your body and soul. It's the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. You can also pray for help. Ask for, I need help from my guides, from the divine, from God, to overbridge this situation where things are not going to plan or in the way I want, and give me strength to let go and let live, and let me be guided to the situation where I need to go. Because I can see you are very guided, very taken care of. You are very much in line with the divine. If you're on this side, ask the same thing, but maybe ask also, let myself see my own worth, let myself be able to love me for me and accept me for me, and find a grown-up inside of me that can help me through this, because we need to become our own parents to help us through all these hardships. And we can't ask for the universe to help us, but we really need to do the job ourselves. But to just feel the energy of, yes, we are here for you, it can be the difference between feeling despair and feeling okay. And also be grateful for the little things when things are hitting hard like this. The Divine wants to say that this relationship is the Golden Palace. It's a soulmate relationship. It usually are here to bring up really hard things so that you can all be healed. You have decided before you went down here to have this impact on each other. So also, if you can see that this person has screwed up your life in many ways, they have also helped you heal and align with yourself in a better way. So I'm feeling the alchemist process of turning lesser metals into gold, or healing oneself so one becomes holy. And this is the whole point with this relationship. But this is also how people feel at this point in time. And I will read this deep freeze for you, so you can also understand this person better, that you can't squeeze out from them like a better behavior as of now, since they are going through this almost collapse. Everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. The cold winter beacons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that are not yet ready to bloom. It's time to, changing page here, regeneration and hibernation. Forgo ambitious activity. A pregnant pause allows idea to gestate, projects to shift and change, and relationship to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere, not needing to. This is also time to put all your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity now, so reflect, read a good book, or get a massage, rest and dream. Of course, this is kind of a acute situation. People need help, so ask for the help, and it will be felt, at least. You'll also find ways to help yourself. There is always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth and prosperity. May also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you are entering a time of happiness that's long overdue, and you're giving it to yourself. So I can't stress that enough. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. And you can only share this love when you love yourself. So it's first when you're at this stage of unconditional love, after the depression and anger and alignment and rebellion and all these kind of things. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go. Knowing your true value leads to even greater riches. Share the wealth. So at that note, I want to thank you so much, Libra, for watching this, and I hope it was helpful. If you like my content and want to see more videos like this on how to heal yourself and make yourself ready for that true romantic partner of yours, or if you just want to work on your spiritual growth, remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification to get a heads up when a new video is ready and waiting for you. And the next round of astrological videos will be my love and spirituality readings that I will perform in the middle of November for all the signs. And until then, you can also take pleasure in the bonus reading, pick a card readings, and the near personal readings that will be spread throughout the month. I'm so grateful for you being on this journey together with me. You are the most helpful, supporting, and lovely viewers a person can have. And I want to thank you so much for being here. Until next time, take really good care and bye-bye.